Fox Business host Maria Bartiromo wants to know a little bit more about aliens. Fascinating. So now Bartiromo recently interviewed Senator Marco Rubio. And, well, she asked him a few questions. I'm going to show you the video here. And this actually came after she also interviewed a former director of national intelligence, John Ratcliffe, to talk about UFOs. So Fox News, what's interesting is that Fox News actually has been taking time out of their day from talking about immigrant caravans and all that stuff, scaring people about scary migrants, and has gone to scaring people about scary aliens and scary China. And so this is going to be part of that. Even so, there's some fun moments and some interesting points that are true that were brought up during this video. So let's go to it.
What can you tell us about UFOs?
Well, we have things flying over military installations, over military exercises, and other places, and we don't know what it is. It isn't ours. It isn't anything that's registered with the FAA, and in many cases exhibits attributes of things we've never seen, technology, the kinds of technology we haven't seen before, or at least that's what it seems like. I think you have to know what it is, or we have to try to know what it is. Whatever it is, we need to know the answer to it. The problem with this issue is every time you raise it, people get all, nervous. Oh, does this mean UFOs and aliens and extraterrestrial? We don't have to go that far. It's very simple. There are things flying over national security installations. We don't know who they are. We don't know what it is. It isn't ours. We need to find out. And look, there's a stigma associated with this, all right? When a Navy pilot would report that they saw something, they were told you need to go see the flight surgeon, to check out your head, make sure you're not seeing things. So there's a stigma associated with reporting it, even talking to you about it now, right? I mean, people are going to go out and say, look what these people are focused on when the world is falling apart. So there's a stigma associated with it, and that's, I think, needs to go away. We don't have any preconceived notions about what this is or isn't. We just need to know, or we need to start trying to know. I think the first step is to ask the question. If you don't ask the question, you're not going to get or begin to get answers.
So it's not necessarily like that we have, little ETs running around, aliens, but it could be technology that China or Russia or somebody else has developed that could be ahead of the United States then. That's even more worrisome to me.
Well, again, I don't know. It would be very worrisome. I don't know that to be the case, but we need to start finding out.
All right. So look, that's just funny to me, but also really interesting. Okay. So I love how the whole thing is, but China and Russia and scary things. Also, I love how nervous Marco Rubio looked right there. I mean, that's just somebody who looked very uncomfortable. But then again, he was right when he brought up the stigma. There is a huge stigma attached to actually talking about UFOs. And the thing is, we don't know what they are, and maybe we should actually find out what they are. That is curious. So for me, I gotta admit, I gotta be honest with you, UFOs actually fascinate me quite a bit. I don't know what they are. Again, that's why they're unidentified. But I love it. Now, does it mean that I believe in the conspiracy theories and little ETs running around? Not necessarily. No, but I am very interested in the topic. Obviously, for different reasons, apparently, than Marco Rubio and Bartiromo, because they're coming at it from like fear, right? They're coming at it from, there's all this unknown stuff in our airspace. We better pump billions more into the military in order to fight this alien threat. Okay. So they made it about national defense. It could be China, Russia. We got to be scared. Well, I mean, Fox News, right? That's kind of what they do, is peddle in fear. And this does two things. It scares people about China and also scares people about aliens. For me, I don't want to do that. I'm not going in that direction. I actually do think it's amazing and actually fascinating, the idea about other intelligences, life on another planet. And again, there's no real evidence of the ETs, right? There are things that, of course, we've seen that can't explain. But I think that in a universe as big as ours, and knowing how pretty aggressive life is in places on Earth where we couldn't originally imagine, things actually living, and again, how big it is in space, and how many stars and planets, potentially planets there are, how many exoplanets we've already found, I think there has to be life. Whether or not a big chunk of it or how many intelligences there actually are, I don't know. But then again, given how old the universe actually is, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some intelligences. out there. Not only that, but we ourselves, we've only had about advanced technology for what, 200 years? Somewhere like that. Imagine the technology of a possible species that didn't destroy themselves or didn't get destroyed, because there is that as well to consider. I mean, imagine what they would have in 2,000 years, to 20,000, 200,000, even 2 million years, which is a blink of an eye in astronomical time. The universe is, what, 13, 14 billion years old? Earth's only 4 billion years old. That's huge. So yeah, I actually think that, aliens are probably a lot more likely than Jesus having been a white man in the desert. And so I do think this is an interesting topic. It is pretty mind-blowing. It is much more interesting than having the discussion of whether or not it's from China or Iran or any, place like that, or Russia. But again, that's what you can expect from Fox News, fear-mongering, when in reality it should be about asking more questions about something that is, it could be, absolutely life-changing for society. The discovery of possible intelligences or just extraterrestrial life in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.